Welcome back to another video. Yesterday, if you caught it, I did a video on unboxing, setting up a Motus Mini. If you haven't seen it, you can just check my page out from yesterday, and I kind of go through everything I did for setup. I even messed up because I still think that the instructions are not that super clear. I guess if you take your time and read, on the app itself, but then why include a instruction book with it if you don't have that here? I mean, you don't have those instructions listed. So you can check the video out. So I've been using this for over 24 hours now, and I'm gonna say this: if you have a demo macaron, please do not ever think that these are the same things. Now, we'll say this disclaimer first. We know that for the Motus Mini and Sword Chain, this is still in beta or testnet, whatever you want to refer it to. It is not, full, open, ready to go. So there can be some changes. And that's why I'm doing this video. Not that I think anybody from Sword Chain is going to watch my video with my 2,000 subscribers, but something needs to change. This is a pain in the rear end to operate. And I'm doing this video because I don't do these videos just to show y'all that I'm possibly going to make some money or anything like that. These videos are for reviews for y'all, common folk, as I say, like me, who, if I'm looking for a passive income project, I guess I can joke and say I'm lazy, but I'm not lazy. I got a side business I do all the time too. Work 7 to 8 days a week, sometimes with my real job. And then I am doing YouTubes, and I'm doing a lot of these other crypto projects, passive income projects and stuff like that. My point I'm trying to make is I want this to be as hands-free as possible. With my demo, and yes, I'm going to compare it to demo just so y'all know what I'm talking about. I have 3 demo macarons I bought. I provisioned all 3 for the 3 vehicles I have in my house. And then my son and my wife use their 2 vehicles, and they don't even worry about the macaron in it. They don't have to worry about it. It operates itself. It turns on when it needs to turn on, turns off when it turns off, and they park the vehicle. I have a helium hotspot at my house, and all the offloading is done. Somehow, I don't know how the whole demo macaron thing works, but it stores whatever data it needs to store until it sees a helium hotspot somewhere. If you're driving somewhere and that helium hotspot is not around, it's not transmitting. And then when it comes around, when it transmits, I don't see why Motus could not figure that out and do the same thing. The fact that you have to tether this to a phone every time you get in your car, and then it also starts hindering your phone operation, I have a major issue with that. Something else needs to be done. I tried to tether this to a hotspot in my vehicle. That's what I'm using my spare phone with NATIX for. And if that Motus Mini is paired with my hotspot, and then my phone is on that hotspot's network, technically they're the same network. However, your Motus will not work like that. I've tried it with 2 different hotspots, one from Verizon, one from AT&T, and they don't work. It has to be tethered to a phone, and that's just a handicap. I'd like to be able to put one of these or 2 of these. I have another one coming. I don't even know what I'm doing with it now. I'm gonna see if I can return it, because unless something changes, to me, I can't go put this in somebody else's vehicle and hope that before they leave my driveway, they sit there, turn on phone provisioning or whatever it is, pairing, tethering, and that they tether that phone to that device, and then they open up the app, and then while you're going down the road, half your apps don't work. YouTube doesn't work. If it's a passenger, passengers watching YouTube, it ain't gonna work, because for some reason, and this is on a Verizon phone, I've tested this, and a AT&T, so don't slam any vendors, but sometimes that stuff doesn't work. Your YouTube will just sit there and spin and spin and spin. And then another time it did work. So if don't blast me if y'all's is working or whatever like that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but it still hinders and it slows down my data. and that's just BS. So I took some videos in my car today to kind of show y'all what I'm talking about, and let's take a look at those.
So the issue that I have right now is the only way to get this to have both greens to be connected is to tether it to your phone. I have a MiFi, a wireless device from AT&T. I also have them from Verizon. I've tried both of them. If you sync that Motus Mini to either one of those devices and then have this phone on that same MiFi, technically they're the same network, and it will not connect. I can provision it to it, that MiFi, but these will not both go green no matter how long you wait. But if it's tethered directly to the phone, then it gets the green. The problem I'm having is sometimes, for some reason it's not all the time, but sometimes when you're tethered, you cannot use data on the rest of your phone. It won't let you. You try to open up like a YouTube video, it just sits there and spins and spins and spins. You try to surf Safari, it spins and spins and spins. And, I can't have that. You can't put this on a spare phone, because when you put this tethering on, it disables the Wi-Fi. So you see that I'm not Wi-Fi connected to my hotspot anymore that's in my car. I'm using straight 5G from AT&T. So your Wi-Fi has to be on to be able to use tethering, but you cannot connect to a Wi-Fi SSID. So somebody in Discord was saying, oh, well, I'll just take a spare phone and connect that spare phone to my MiFi and then connect the spare phone to the Motus Mini. And that's not going to work, because once you tether that Motus Mini to your phone, you can't connect Wi-Fi no more. So that spare phone idea is not going to work. So this is something that is going to have to be addressed. Now, another thing is this mining score says a 67. I have to figure out what that is, because I'm told you should be at 100. I don't know what the issue is with that. So might be me playing with trying to connect to these different networks and stuff. But, this is why I test this stuff out and send it to y'all. Like somebody in Discord said, the rewards might be so good with this and the price of the coin might be so great with this. Whenever this is finally fully released, we might be willing to deal with all these issues. And hey, you might be correct. But as of right now, I just don't see it. I just see that being an adoption issue, when I can go buy, for instance, 5 demo macarons and hand them out to friends or family, and they don't have to touch them. Once I sync them to their car, they don't have to touch it. This thing, everybody's got to touch it every single time, and that's just going to be paying the rear end.
When you go to the sort chain white paper, docs, whatever you want to call it, this is docs.sortchain.com. You can see all this stuff on the side with proof of availability and proof of V-twin proof of availability, V2V. That's supposed to be vehicle to vehicle, proof of vehicle to network, challenge mechanisms. And this is, guys, I failed college math, and now they start bringing in these formulas and stuff like that. And to some people, this might be easy, and y'all might be laughing at me, but I don't want to sit here and have to figure all this stuff out. I just want the thing to work. And I don't know if the reason why my score is a 67 is because I failed some of these proof of availability when I was playing with these different networks, trying to test it out to see which one worked and which one didn't work and that kind of stuff like that. I don't know. But I don't know how I feel about this one. Again, I like easy. I understand, not all money's easy and that kind of stuff like that. I want to support projects, especially with this being on Atom Cosmos. I told y'all I'm a very big fan of that. That doesn't mean every project on it. They could solve some of this stuff. That's what beta is about. That's what test nets are about. And they could solve some of this stuff. And I'm hoping that they do solve some of the stuff. There's a lot of people complaining about it. So, and I'll be honest with you, when you look at the Discord, a lot of these people don't even have it yet. Some people are still waiting. Again, I'm still waiting for mine that are ordered from SwordChain. I told y'all to buy. Y'all could buy from moken.io. Again, I got mine ordered on a Friday afternoon. I paid $5 or $6 for the extra shipping, faster shipping, and by Monday afternoon, it was at my house. That's one business day. Technically, not even one business day, but you know what I mean. I would just be aware that this is not a simple type, you know, put it into your wife's vehicle like you can with a macaron. So, you know, like some people are saying, and I said this earlier, and I'm gonna say it again. You got some people hoping that these rewards and what this coin is worth will be worth these headaches. It's a lot to hope for, but you know, this is, you know, from what I understand, it's just, there's different. This is not measuring the same exact thing that the demos are looking for. This is doing more of driving and actual driving, what you're doing, what you're driving, and that kind of stuff like that, where demo is supposed to be looking for kind of the analytics of what your vehicle's doing and that stuff like that. That's what I'm reading. I'm not saying it's 100% accurate. I'm gonna say it's not. I don't know if it's 100% accurate. I don't mind saying that. I'm just telling you that's what I'm reading from people in here who are comparing the two. That it's just two different types of measurements. There are some, the reason why I believe that is because there are some vehicles that a demo macaron and a demo Pi will work on that this project doesn't work on. So it tells me that there is some difference of what it's measuring, where it's getting information from in your vehicle, and that kind of stuff like that. So I don't want to make this video too long. I'm just telling you what my first 24 hours are of this project, for how much I really like the demo macaron. So far, I'm very hesitant on this. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I can't see when I'm in a rush for work in the morning, I'm running late, or if I'm just running down the street to go to my grocery stores, you know, 2 miles from my house, I can't sit and promise you I'm gonna make sure that this thing is on my vehicle, turned on, provisioned to my phone and anything like that. Another issue that I see people complaining about in here is battery drain. I've noticed that my demo macarons will stay on 15 to 20 minutes after I park the vehicle, 30 minutes after I park the vehicle. And the reason I know that is because I can see that data coming through my hotspot on my Helium after I've parked, if I line up those times. But by the time I get to my vehicle several hours later or the next morning, that demo macaron is off. When I start my vehicle, 30 seconds later, it wakes up. What I've noticed so far with this device is it does not ever go to sleep and does not turn off. And that's what some people are complaining about. Now, me, just being me, Mr. Negative, I think if you have a really good battery, you know, I have my vehicle parked from 6 p.m. last night to 8 a.m. this morning. You know, that's 14 hours, and my vehicle started right up. I don't know how long these people are there's not a lot of people complaining about this. There are several different people. I will say that, not a lot, but several. I don't know how long they're being parked. I don't think I would leave this plugged in for 2 to 3 days. If I know I'm parking my vehicle on a Friday and I won't be using it again until Monday or Tuesday, I'll probably unplug this device out of that OB2 port or out of the splitter, or just unplug the whole splitter or something like that. Again, I have not run across that, but I can tell you, the first time I do run across a dead battery after it being only parked for a day or two, I'm gonna be here and tell you all about it, because that's gonna be another issue that I think, because I've had where my demo was plugged in all weekend. For 3 days, I didn't use a vehicle because I wasn't feeling well, and for 3 days it parked, but it was asleep, didn't draw anything. So that's my, so far, that's my my take on this. Just trying to warn everybody. Again, it could get solved, but it's pain in the rear end. So hopefully you like this video. Please make sure you like this, you hit the thumbs up on it if you like this video and this kind of update and stuff like that. Subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of stuff coming up, waiting on a couple of different projects to come in right now that are all being shipped, passive income stuff, and be doing videos on those also. Make sure you keep up with everything. Thank you all. Have a good evening.